Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you here to the 9th race of Season 2 of the MSFC here at the Tidalglow circuit of the Moon Melodies. After qualifying, it is Blink once again starting on pole for the second time this season. And starting right next to her is another one of the best in the sport, Electra from Team Fire. The championship leaders, the Pantheon, qualifying in 5th with Vertigo. They're in a good spot with Klaus back in 8th. For Defiant, who won this race last year for the home team, but they start back in 11th. We'll see if they can climb the field today. But once again, it's time for me to hand the mic over to our guest commentator.
We're out, and we are rolling at the Tidalglow circuit. Electra will take the lead, but Blink takes it back heading into the bus stop and covers off Electra as the field comes piling in, and half the field almost comes to a complete stop back there. But up front, it's Blink who will dance off into the distance. Nova challenging Electra for third, and Nova dove inside there in the Crescent Moon, but couldn't make it stick. But now Electra will take the lead, heading into the Treble Clef. It's Vertigo who is running back there in 5th, and I believe that is Bedlam in 4th. Up front, Electra's got a pretty nice lead as we start the second lap, but had a really horrible exit, and Blink nearly went side by side with Electra on the belt. Electra holds the lead. Here comes Blink. That was not the best looking bounce. Bedlam will take third and looks for take second from Blink, but can't do it. And Bedlam ends up running into the back of Blink and lost, 2 free positions there in a heartbeat. Nova gets by Electra, who lost the lead to Blink, and it's a free marble battle for the lead. Blink, hits the attenuator, and Nova is right there. Electra is trailing them a little farther back. Blink manages to get a couple links, just a little bit of breathing room. But Nova and Electra are hounding each other as we start lap 3. They'll go side by side up the belt. It's Bedlam in 4th. And there's Vorpal in 5th as Vertigo had a little bit of trouble getting onto the belt. Nova covers off Electra, to hold on to 2nd. And now gets a run. Blink has a horrible exit off the bus stop. And Nova will take the lead. And Electra will try to draft by for 2nd and gets the spot. Blink has fallen from 1st to 3rd, but it's still a free marble battle for the lead. Nova will take the other side of the split from Electra and Blink and dances off into the distance. Got some breathing room. Bedlam will pass Blink for 3rd. Blink has been really struggling on lap 3. Electra and Bedlam nearly go side by side up the belt, but Bedlam had a little bit of a nasty jump onto the belt. Nova, not the best line, but Electra doesn't really have a better line. And there's Blink's perfected move to take 3rd back from Bedlam. That's the same move that Blink used to perfection to get the lead in the qualifying sprint. And Blink holds on to 3rd. It's a 2 marble battle for the lead up front. Electra is hounding Nova. Electra glances off the attenuator and loses a little bit of momentum. Tartarus will take 3rd from Blink. It's been a big run up the standings for Tartarus, who's trying to give the Iron Brotherhood something to cheer about. Up front, though, Nova's lead is huge. It's almost the entire conveyor belt, as Blink has caught Electra for 2nd. There's Vorpal, who's gotten by Tartarus as well. That's for 4th. Electra not the best exit from the bus stop, and Blink's got a run. Bump drafts Electra, heading into the Crescent Moon. Nova is long gone. Electra has an ugly line, and Blink, nearly took 2nd. And Vorpal came to a complete stop after colliding with Blink, or almost came to a complete stop. Now Tartarus taking a look at Vorpal. That's for 4th. Blink just a couple links behind Electra as Nova crosses the line to start 5 to go. It's been a fairly exciting race so far. But Nova has pretty comfortably opened up the lead, although that is not a clean-looking line into the bus stop, and the lead has shrunk immediately. Electra is there and is going to look to take the lead. They'll draft down the backstretch, and Vorpal gets by Blink for 3rd. Another incredible run for the Camo Hiders representative. Blink's got another charge here and is right behind Vorpal, heading into the Treble Clef. Electra is a little bit of a different line from Nova, and it works. Electra runs into the back of Nova. Nova covers off for the lead. That was not a good exit from that turn for Electra. Side by side up the belt for 3rd as Blink and Vorpal. Blink will take the spot with a better jump off the belt. Now Blink has got a huge head of steam and is carved into the deficit behind Electra. We've now got just about 3.5 laps to go. Back there, that can't be. That's Vertigo, who has fallen all the way to dead last. Is behind Shipper for the Physics Fanatics. Up front, though, Nova, the lead is still very large. Blink tries to send it in there, trying to take second. It doesn't work. Takes another look, but Electra covers it off nicely. As we come to free to go here at the Tidalglow circuit. Nova extends the lead just a little bit. Things start to settle down a little bit into top three. And we interrupt this broadcast to inform you that this race is sponsored by the Satellite Shades. If you want to look as stylish as the Moon Melodies, go pick up a pair at a location near you, or order online and use code DEPRESSION for 10% off. That's code DEPRESSION for 10% off your next pair of Satellite Shades. All right, returning to the race, Nova, the lead is still very large. Electra is hanging out in second, and Blink chilling in third. That was a horrible entry into the turn there. Tartarus runs into the black of Blink. And then there is Zorro, who's had a pretty good race so far, who's running to the back of Tartarus. The lead is huge for Nova. It's almost the entire backstretch now. It's a 2 marble battle for fourth. I believe that is Zorro, who will draft by Tartarus there. And Nova is long gone up front. Just got to bring this home without hitting an attenuator or choking the lead in some other way. Tartarus gets back by Zorro for fourth as we come to the final lap. White flag is in the air. 1 lap to go, presented by my still partial bankruptcy. Nova, out of the bus stop for the final time. There's nobody out the back. Electra just now starting the final lap. Blink's trying to get a full head of steam here, but Tartarus has got a larger head of steam. Takes a look, Blink covers it off. Here's Nova through the chicane for the final time and into the treble clef. Nova is going to comfortably win at Tidalglow circuit. Really never a doubt for the final half of that race. Electra looking to hold on to second here. Blink sounding, but we've seen Marbles choke this before in the final turn. Electra will not do that. Electra comes home second for Team Fire. And Blink gets a nice podium for the Starry Sky in third. It's Tartarus for Iron Brotherhood. And Zorro for the Motown Madness. And would you look at that? Defiant for the Moon Melodies comes in top half. And Defiant might be the real winner of this race because the Moon Melodies needed that. In fact, Defiant has beaten Bedlam from Klaus. Take that. Who's the real winner of the Battle of Top Half now, huh? Who's the real winner? Bedlam in 7th. Vorpal for the Camo Hiders in 8th. Kinesis for Night Raid in 9th. Vertigo recovers to 10th.
Congratulations to Nova, logging the Icy Hot's first win since Nova won at Celestial Crossroads last year. Here as we look at the updated standings, we are now tied for the championship lead between the Pantheon and Klaus at 77 points, but just 4 points back. Team Fire is right back in it. After another Electra Silver, they moved to just 4 points back. Starry Sky and the Camo Hiders also within striking distance next race if they win. So the top 5 is getting closer. We'll see you next at Chameleon Cross Paths.